So I wanted to introduce Michael from the Mental Health Association of New Jersey, the chapter in Ocean County. So he's going to explain some of the services that they provide our community. And then we'll have a chance at the end for a short Q&A session. So Michael, take it away.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. Thank you all for having me. And thank you for what you do. It's really good to be able to collaborate with great organizations and good people doing good work. So that being said, I'll get into my spiel here. We are the Mental Health Association, but we do a lot of areas of health, which is really, really great because mental health is more than just what goes on in your brain. It's the things and the circumstances around you and so many different areas that that I know that I faced in my life, when I walked in the door as a client some 14 years ago. We know what it's like. It's a peer-run organization. And so we are folks with lived experience who utilize our lived experience to help others move forward in what they want to achieve and what they want to do. We're not doctors or clinicians. We can't tell people what kind of treatment they should do or what meds they should take or what avenue they should take. But what we try to do is help people find what specifically works for them, and hopefully get them to where they want to be. And do we always have successful outcomes? No, we can't control the outcome, but what we can do is provide unconditional support and unconditional high regard for everybody who walks through the door. And maybe all we were supposed to do was be the seed planter that day, and make that person's day good for that moment, for that day. And that's what we try to do. We try to make it the safest space that we can for people to walk into, that anybody could walk through those doors. A lot of times the only requirement is 18 years of age and above, and you're an Ocean County resident, and that's the ball game. Everybody is welcome, no matter race, religion, color, creed, gender identity, however somebody identifies. We want them to feel safe to be them and walk through the door. So I'll share a little bit here. We offer 20 unique programs. It's the most we've ever offered. When I started 14 years ago, we had 3. It's grown quite a bit. And we really try to not just be like a jack of all trades and master of none. Like, we don't want to be that, but we really give a concerted effort in every program, have specialists in each program that have skills, have talents, have an affinity for what they're doing, and not just, well, I wanted to be in this department, but I took the job here and that's just what I do. It is a very collaborative effort amongst the staff. So let me start with our biggest program, and our most well-known program is Journey to Wellness. It's our community wellness center. And I'll bring up our calendar here for you so that you can see that. So let's go to screen number 2 here. Can everybody see the calendar there?
Yes.
All right, cool. So this is our November calendar, and we make these a month at a time. Now, the cool thing is we have started our monthly calendar distribution again through Constant Contact, which I'm so excited about. If you'd like to get this monthly, I'll give you my email. Just drop me an email after this meeting, and I'll make sure to get you added to the Constant Contact so that you get this every single month. But this is our calendar. We try to make it very festive. We try to make it very colorful. We try to make it very fun. We have expanded our hours. We are now open Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We serve dinner on all 3 nights now, which is really, really cool. Which is something we're really, really excited about. We've never served dinner on a Friday before. So it's nice to be able to do that. Basically, what happened this year is the wellness centers all got refunded, which meant that some centers closed, unfortunately. But the good thing about that was we were able to absorb the Brighter Days Center. So Randy Verelder-Sturman, who is my coordinator, she has become my tag team partner in this mission, and we work together. She was the manager of Brighter Days, and she brings such great expertise. We have our manager, Hope Shalinsky, who does great, and I'll talk more about her program shortly. But basically what we offer is 4 o'clock. We offer one group to start the night, a main group. Then we break for dinner at 5. Then we come back at 6 o'clock and we start running two groups at a time. We have two group rooms. We split it up to two groups. So you see, we have things like building healthy relationships, exploring emotions. Then at 7 o'clock, we do creative expressions and double trouble. Double trouble is really like a formatted open discussion group. It's based off the 12 steps, but it's not like a 12-step group. Sometimes people see that and think, oh, that's only addictions. No, it's for anything you want to talk about. We just enjoy the formatting of that, and people seem to really like it. So we just stick with the opening format of it, but then it becomes open discussion for anybody. Then on Thursdays, we have different things. So we have our mind games group. We play like brain stimulating games that help you think about different circumstances and stuff. And it's really fun. Like, it's not just a throwaway, oh, we play games in there. They're very thought provoking, topical kind of things. And it's really, really fun. Then we have our Pride in Wellness and our Embracing Neurodiversity group, which go hand in hand. So it's LGBTQ plus support one week, and then neurodiversity support the next week, and it goes back and forth, which is really, really cool. Then we have Hope and Gratitude, Self Discovery, again another double trouble. Then Fridays we do Weekend Wellness, our Wellness Smorgasbord, which is just like an open anything they want to talk about wellness wise. They let us know the week before, and then we create something based on what they want, that next week, which is really cool. Then we have our very popular Cafe MHA, which is our coffee house slash karaoke. They do a lot of really fun things, but folks need socialization. They need to build supports. This is a great way to do that. And they get a meal. And the great thing about Friday night, they also get dessert, which is great. At the end of the month, we try to do a celebration night where we celebrate everybody's birthdays in that month. If anybody has a milestone in recovery or an anniversary, and it's a nice thing to be able to do. The great thing about this is there's no signing up. There's no commitment. It is free now, and it is free forever. There is no, hey, do I have to call? Nope, you don't have to call. You can just show up. You can literally show up, and you don't even have to show up on time. The only thing I tell people is just don't show up for dinner and leave. Go to a group and then get some dinner. That's the only thing we ask. Right now, the bad news is there's no transportation to the groups just yet, but it's coming back soon. We just recently acquired the 12-passenger van from Brighter Days. We have some other vehicles now. We're in the midst of hiring drivers. So I'm hoping by the new year, we will have transportation on these nights. Don't quote me on that, but that is my goal. That is my personal goal, to make sure that we have it back. We also offer on some of these nights too, a couple of Saturdays a month starting in December will be open to do a weekend socialization, some weekend groups as well. And the calendar will expand a little bit further come December. So by next year, we're going to basically be doubling what we're offering now. So again, but we're rolling it out very slowly because change is hard. Transition is a lot, even good change. I remember right before I had like my first daughter, right? Like my wife and I remember going, oh my God, I'm going to be in charge of a human life. I'm going to be terrible at this. It was so scary. I've seen they have some growing pains when we make changes, and so, but we work through it slowly. We work through it together to make it a safe, comfortable transition, even though it's a good thing. Change is hard, and we get that. So we want to make sure that we're honoring the participants, the staff, and rolling these things out in a palatable way for people. So that's Journey to Wellness. We also have here, can everybody see the menu of services here that it switched over there? Perfect.
Yeah.
So this is our smattering of different programs, and I'm going to go over a few of them briefly for you. I'll make sure that you have this. So Caitlin, I can email this to you, and make sure that, again, you get this and you have this at your disposal. If you have any questions, not only will it tell you the numbers you can contact, but if you have any questions, you can contact me specifically. I don't have a problem with that. You can say, hey, Mike, I'm not sure who to, send this referral to, blah, 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 blah. I'll say, and I'll point you in the right direction. Also, too, I will get you a list that has the coordinators of each program as well, so you can know who to email, who to call specifically. We want to make working with MHA the most easy to refer to, friendly, approachable, the whole nine. So we have our mental health peer services and programs, which we offer the group support online and in person. We have the United by Wellness, which runs about 30 groups a week, online, virtual for anybody. And your only requirement is 18 years of age and above. There's no county requirements. You could live anywhere you want. Now, the only things that do have county requirements are our one-to-one supports or our individual services. You do have to be an Ocean County resident. But for any of the groups in person or online, you can be from anywhere and you could attend those. So we have our peer outreach support team, our post program. We really love acronyms, apparently, so everything is an acronym. But so post basically is one-to-one non-clinical case management peer support. We work on a goal with the person. It's not talk therapy. I'm in no position to tell anybody else how to live. The only thing I'm an expert on is my own wellness and recovery, and maybe the 1994 New York Rangers, but that's it. So long story short, we work on a goal. We worked with somebody for up to 6 months, which is a great length of time, and they can reopen too. So again, if we finish in that 6 months, and we say, all right, now we're going to refer you, to the wellness center, and they say come back in a month, and they say, you know what, I'm really struggling, Mike. All right, let's open you up again. Let's get you a new worker. You know what I mean? And the reason why we switch workers is because sometimes people get very attached to their worker and they just like that worker and they want to keep working. And it's like, that's great. But again, we want people to know that, if you're going to do the one-to-ones, it is working on a goal. If you're looking for therapy, we'll help link you to that. There's so much great services out there. So we want to act as a bonus to someone's therapy. We want to act as a bonus to somebody's clinical treatment. And it's really, really great to be able to do that. But we have post for recovery services. So for substance use, we have it for family of substance use. We have it for seniors now, and we have it for veterans. There's specific programs that they can get one-to-one support in, which is really, really wonderful. And I'm so glad that we have it in so many areas. Because again, you can get specifically what you need. We really try to match workers based on, hey, they have a similar life story. Oh man, they really connect. Sometimes somebody says, I had a girl come in to me the other day. She goes, I really like so-and-so. Are they available as a one-to-one worker? I said, absolutely they are. If there's a connection there, we want to keep that connection. As long as it's comfortable for the worker, comfortable for the person, we want to make that happen if we can. Then we have some really great services that are beyond the scope of kind of just regular old mental health, but it is vital to the success of your mental health. We have a Roots program, which is all about benefit navigation, filling out applications for social services, obtaining IDs, driver's licenses, social security cards. We've helped somebody with widow's benefits. Applying for insurance, as my friends in the South say, insurance. We can do all those things. It's a hard thing to navigate the social services system or the mental health system or whatever the case may be. We can help with that. They don't have to do it alone. Again, free of charge. They do a quick referral and intake, and then poof, they're in the program. We also help with food. We have our Feed the Need program. They're serving 700 families right now. There is no income requirement. And all they have to do is, again, they can do a quick referral. We have them do a 15, 20-minute intake with our Feed the Need program, and they can get food deliveries about once a month, which is really, really nice. And we work with, if somebody has a religious restriction, if somebody has a food allergy or diabetes or something like that, we have items that we can give that will, help with dietary restrictions of any kind. So we have a separate budget to be able to help with that. There's our Hope Project, which helps with housing resources. Now, here's the big thing. It does not provide housing. As many of you know, housing is very, very difficult. It's probably the most difficult thing to work with in the state. But we've had some success pointing people in the right direction, getting the process started, and working with fellow organizations to get them pointed in the right direction. And hopefully, be able to give some resources. I always make that clear, because as soon as people hear housing, they go, oh, you're going to get me an apartment tomorrow? Oh, I wish we could. But we're working with it as much as we can. to really, really try. We also have a full recovery services track. So if people have, substance use issues or family of substance use, we have a whole wide array of one-to-one support, group support. We also have the Pathways to Success program, which if somebody has a substance use background with a family member of somebody in substance use, they can get help with getting job training and getting back into employment and helping to overcome gaps in work history and resumes and work attire, interview skills, you name it, they can help with it. I actually just had a gentleman that I was working with who just got a job after years of being out of work. And it was thanks to the program. He really, did the work and did a great job. So again, we try to offer as many things as possible. You'll see some things on here. Like I said, I didn't mention everything. We do have vet services. We have quite a few different things that we offer, but that's kind of the big picture in a nutshell of what we do. So that being said, if anybody has any questions I can answer, I'm happy to do that at this time. And hopefully that was, I know I threw a lot at you, but I will send you this. I will make sure that you have access to it. And again, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions, talk to you, set up a phone chat or a Teams chat, whatever the case may be. So yeah.
Wow, thank you, first of all, because that was really robust programming that you went through. So thank you all for the work that you do for our
Thank you.
community. And I think it's really could be a really great and beneficial resource to the youth that we are transitioning,
Yeah.
that are either aging out or they're older, they're over 18, and you feel like they're ready for transition, but they might need some other community support like built into that transition plan
Mm.
just to promote sustainability. That would be great. Also, because we serve youth, but we're also working with the families. So if
Yeah.
you feel like a parent would benefit from, any of these resources, that would be great to pass on too. So
Yeah. And we do have like some at-risk youth programs, like for I think it's like 18 to 25 or something like that. So we do have a transitional youth program called Y Post, that we work in. And then there's another one called Hype, and that helps them seek employment and things like that. So there are a couple of youth-based programs, that transitional age kind of deal in there. So, and the one thing too, that working with parents. And I've noticed this, and I have a daughter who suffers from mental illness. Um, I've had a lot of parents try to bring me their adult children and say, I need you to help them. And then the child has looked at me and gone, yeah, I don't want it. So go scratch. And I've had parents leave my office disappointed. I told them, listen, I can't force them to do it. It's voluntary services. And even if I could force them, are they going to get anything out of it? So my heart breaks for folks in that situation. But that's always kind of some advice that I've given to parents, is that, listen, I get it. I have a 24-year-old daughter who suffers from severe mental health challenges. I get it. But just like I couldn't make her do it, I can't make your child do it either, because it's not going to work. And when I tried to make my kid do it, she resisted me like you wouldn't believe. And so I had to learn that, it wasn't going to be helpful, even though I wanted it to be.
definitely. I just had one question. Is there
Sure.
any specific services or um employees that work with the Spanish speaking population? Because that's a big number that we serve in Ocean
Yeah.
County.
So we do have a couple of bilingual staff members. So we can accommodate some Spanish speaking services. Right now, we don't have specific programs, but it is something we are working on implementing in the next calendar year. We really want to see an expansion of Spanish speaking services. I have found too that, over time that, we're looking to hire people who are specifically bilingual as well, because it's a very underserved community, and not because of it's just lack of, I think just lack of availability, more than anything else. So I would love to see those expand, and that's something we are intentionally working on. Yes.
Any other questions for Michael or for MHA in general? Well, thank you all so much for being on. This was such a great presentation. Thank you so much, Michael. If you want to send me the flyers that you shared today,
Sure.
along with the flyer with the specific contact information
Sure. Yep.
for each program, then I'll
Yeah.
definitely be able to send that out along with the recording.
Great. All right. Thank you so much. And
Great.
again, if you guys want to get on that constant contact email, just like I said, you could send me a list of emails or just email me. I'll put my email in the chat here. And then this way, like I said, if you have any questions specifically, don't hesitate to reach out.
Great. Awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you all. Have a great day.
Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.